Good evening, guys. It's O'Neill Anderson here from GlobalFX. I just want to go through a few setups and just have a quick overview of the trades we currently do have running. Um, this past weekend, I had actually wanted to send a sell signal for the GBPJPY, but I had actually missed the entries as well as the certain points or criteria that did not satisfy or meet my trading plan. What we can see on the GBPJPY, what I had initially looked at was um, okay, I did start analyzing on a higher time frame, but my entries were based off a lower time frame, as always the case. Now, what you can see here in front of you here is it's the 1 hour chart. Why is TradingView lagging? Okay, what you can see here, it's the 1 hour chart, GBPJPY. I'll just quickly rush through this setup. What I initially had was this trend line here, right? I had the trend line, and we can see from the trend line we had a break, right? Now, rule of thumb is once you have a break, you should have a retest of that structure that has been broken, but it would be far-fetched for price to actually come back to retest this trend line here. As you can see that price had a huge sell-off here, and it's quite far away from this ascending trend line. Now, when I had actually looked at the GBPJPY this past weekend, this is where price was, and I had immediately saw that there's no way that price will make it all the way back up to retest this trend line to ultimately continue its way to the downside. So that was my first thing that I had kept in mind, but then I just had to try to get entries that's probably lower than that retest, or ultimately entries that's not based only off of that retest of the trend line. So what I did have, I had my fib retracement drawn in here like this, and what I was expecting was a test of a 61.8 level at least, and you can see that also aligns with this previous support. So I was hoping that this will serve as resistance before making its way down, but you can see that price actually did not make it there, and price actually bounced off a 38.2 level. So we had actually missed this trade here, but there is a future opportunity. I'm going to go through it now quickly. So that was the entry that I was looking for, but when it comes to direction, I was actually looking at my daily time frame. Now we do know that GBPJPY, it has been bearish for some time. I think from the 21st of February, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so from the 21st of February, we can see that we have this huge sell off here. Price tried to pull back, and what we can see that price, what seems to be a head and shoulder reversal pattern. So that is the first thing I had spotted. Then immediately what I had done was I looked at this candle here to my left, so you can see a high level of liquidity, and we had this support drawn in like this. Okay, I'm not going to get into the details as to how you should trade a head and shoulder and so forth and so forth. That you guys should know that by now, or if you've taken the course, you should know that. So basically we look for a break of structure, a retest of their structure, and a continuation to the downside. Now the downside, how far are we looking price to actually go down? What I do is I just have my vertical line from the head down to that neckline area or support area that's joining the two left and right necklines, and I just extend that lower. So we can see that at the bottom of this vertical line, this is where I'm hoping price would actually get to, right? So we had a break here, we had a retest of this level of previous support that does serve, or that did serve as resistance, and we can see that that is actually the area that's joining our left and right neckline, and we did have a bearish engulfing candle. So we had a break. My rule of thumb is that I don't enter a trade if I don't have any confirmation, or I don't enter a trade at breaks without price actually having to retest the level after having broken that level. So you can see that price had broken through support, came up to serve as resistance. We had this bearish engulfing candlestick here. So our entry was actually supposed to be based off of this daily open or the daily close, but we can see that price has actually moved down from about 131.335, and is currently trading at 130.960, approximately that price. So I'm not looking to enter here now. I am actually late to enter this pair, but there is other trading opportunities yet. There still is other trading opportunities to come. So the way that I'll be actually looking to enter this pair is based on a 4-hourly time frame. Now GBPJPY can be very volatile at times, so if you don't have enough margin to actually sustain your positions, I don't recommend that you take this trade. What you can also see here is that you have this level of support. So price is currently at support, and we can also draw in a descending trend line. So basically from this top here down like this to that lower high. So what I am expecting is for price to actually come back to bounce off this trend line here, then continue making its way down. If not that, what I'll be looking for is a fib retracement of 61.8. Right, so I'm looking to sell at approximately 132.000. Now this does not mean that price cannot break through this current level of support and continue making its way down to where we have our target, right? But just based off of my trading rules, I'm looking for price to actually retest here once we do have reversal candles. That could be your shooting stars, it could be your inverted hammers, it could be bearish engulfings. Then I'll be looking to go short, and I'll have my stop loss just above this previous level of support or resistance, whichever you want to call it. So that is what I'm looking for on the GBPJPY, but I will send the signals or the exact entry and exit points on the signal groups.